What up? Okay, I want to come on here real quick because I think this is a topic, especially around the holidays. It seems to be like the topic that keeps coming at me, right? And my line of work, I deal with a lot of women, and I talk to them, and I love it, and I love hearing people's stories and helping in any way that I can. But one of the similar things that I keep hearing, the same kind of tone that I keep hearing, is people telling me, I would be happy if only, right? So, if only I had my dream car, then I'd be happy. Or if only I was skinny, then I'd be happy. Or what's another good one? Oh, if only I had my dream job, then I'd be happy. Or if only I had money, that's why I'm not happy. I'm not happy because I don't have money and I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Well, one, the situation that you are in right now is because of the decisions you have made. So if you want to change the situation that you are in, you are going to need to make some changes somewhere, okay? I love Albert Einstein, and I always say this all the time, and I'm gonna quote it like a million times because it's so true. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, right? So if you are stuck where you are today and you are not happy there, then change. You're gonna have to change something, and not change it for a day or two. You're gonna have to change it for a long time to finally see the results. In our business, we always say what you did 3 months ago, you're seeing the benefits now. So if you see nothing going on right now, then look 3 months ago, what were you doing? Probably nothing. And so that's just kind of like the way it works. You gotta just kind of wait for things to get into the rhythm of things, whatever, blah, blah. You get what I'm saying, right? And then two, I've noticed that a lot of people place their happiness in objects or situations, or even worse, our significant other. One, like, that is so unfair for your significant other, because you know what? Your significant other is human, okay? They're full of sins. They're going to make mistakes, okay? And if you're placing your happiness on a person, expect to be let down, because they're going to let you down. That they are not equipped. I mean, they're just trying to figure it themselves out, nonetheless trying to sit there and make you happy all the time. It just doesn't work that way. You've got to find out how to fill your own cup before, you can turn around to your spouse and request or want something from them. Like, no, I don't think that's their job. I think that what your job and their job is to figure out how to fill your own cups, then come together as one, with both cups filled, right? So, and then two, I notice people placing their happiness on objects. Like, oh, I will only be happy, if only I had my dream job, then I'd be happy. Well, you don't have your dream job probably because of the decisions you're making, or you know what? You probably are making the right decision. It just hasn't been your time yet. And trust that if you continue working hard, it will happen. It will happen at the right time. I always say God's preparing you for the things he has prepared for you. So you need to trust that. And sometimes maybe you're just not quite equipped yet to handle whatever, you have prepared for you, or your dream. But know that it's coming, and know that and have faith that it's around the corner, but not on your time, but on God's time. And on top of that, let's just say it doesn't happen. Let's just say, you've been working, and then all of a sudden you get that big, door slammed in your face, and it's like, that's it. There's no other way to grow from this or whatever. Then have faith that was meant to happen, right? Whatever situation is happening that's out of your control, you got to find some sort of peace in that know that happened for a reason. Now you can either dwell in that or learn from it, come out of it stronger, and then go get the blessing that was meant for you. There is a blessing out there. You have a purpose. Every single person on this earth has a purpose. And if you're living your days every single day not fulfilling your purpose, or you feel like that emptiness inside and you can't really shake, like, why do I feel so empty? Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm working, I'm doing this, I'm kind of like stuck in the hamster wheel of life, and when I open my eyes in the morning, I'm not fulfilled. Like, God, like, help me with this. If you're in that situation, I encourage you, like, take a step back. But when you take a step back, move away from all your emotions, okay? Take a big step back and look at your life. without your emotions, and no but ifs or what if or I would only be happy if. None of that, okay? Take a big step back and look at your situation. Analyze your situation. Have that hard talk with yourself. What are some things that I really do need to do daily? Not, you didn't hear me say monthly, weekly, or whatever, daily. What are actions I need to do daily to get where I want to go? Now, if your goal is to lose weight, what are you doing daily? If your goal is to earn an extra income or earn more money, what are you doing? If your goal is to, I don't know, go on a huge missions trip and go feed the poor and do all these amazing things, well, what are you doing daily to ensure that you get that, right? You get there, you do what you want, that will give you a sense of purpose and fulfillment. So that was one thing. I just started rambling, and all I know is that stop placing your happiness on people and stop placing your happiness on objects. Like, it's just not feasible. It's not going to work. You're going to be let down, okay? For me, I learned the hard way, and I was always in my mind, I'm like, I'm only going to be happy when I buy my house. I'm only going to be happy when I get my dream car. I'm only going to be happy when I build my pool. I'm only going to be happy when I leave my job and come home and work. And then when I did all these things, I started realizing, geez, I still have like that pit of like emptiness, like, why? And it was because that's not where my happiness comes from. My happiness comes from the one thing in this world that we know is pure and is sinful and sinless, and it is the only thing in our life that is perfect, would be placing our happiness in God. So with that being said, I encourage you, wake up every morning, plug into a devotional. I recommend 100 Days to Brave. I also recommend the Sarah Young collection, which are small devotionals. They're really short reads. Those are the ones that I started with. I started with Jesus Calling. I share it all the time. It's like this much of reading, okay? You can do that. You can dedicate 2 minutes in the morning, just 2 minutes. Read it, pray on it, and then close your book and start your day. And you're gonna notice, like, doing that daily, something's gonna snap in you, and you're gonna start noticing opportunities that you probably wouldn't have noticed with your negative mindset. You're probably gonna notice blessings around you that you probably have not been noticing because of your negativity. You've put up this shield of like, I deserve, or I want, or I this, or I that, but like, have you really worked for it? And I always say, waiting for God does not mean waiting around. Like, you've got to put in the work. You've got to do things with it. Do things with yourself. Do things with your life. Like, not just sit around and say, okay, God, I'm ready. Shower me with like blessings. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. You've got to get off the couch, get off your lazy butt, and go do things to get there, and trust that, God will provide and God will help you when it gets really, really hard. Because let's be honest, you know what? All the successful people that you see, everybody that what we consider success, because success for us can be different, but the people that I consider successful, they had a lot of ups and downs, and it did not come easy, and it didn't just fall on their lap. Okay, they hustled, they worked hard, they literally put in the work, blood, sweat, tears, whatever, to get there. Now the question is, are you willing to do the same? And I know I am. So I know that I can't do it alone. I know that I can't rely on other people to do it for me. I know that I cannot rely on my husband to make me happy so that I can go do those things. No, like, that doesn't work. I need to fill my cup and then go and tackle the day. But I also need to remember to come into my marriage, come into my parenting, come into my life with a full cup. And it's my job to fill my cup. It's nobody else's job to fill anybody's cup. It's your job to fill your own cup. And again, I place my happiness, and I have found like that inner peace. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, geez, the things that have happened to me in my life this year is enough to knock anybody on their knees and kind of like go into a really dark place. And don't get me wrong, I was in that dark place for a little while, but because of my faith, because of my God that is perfect, and my God that is sinless, he was able to help me out of there and see the light and see the bigger picture and know that my job here is not done. My purpose is not done. and I'm here for a reason, right? And so the knowing and waking up and knowing that I have a purpose, oh God, that's such a great feeling. I can't tell you guys how much of a good feeling that is. And I want that for you, okay? Not just me, not I want that. Like, want it for yourself. Like, all right, guys, that's all I've got for today. I probably rambled on and I have no idea what I said. All I know is that I keep hearing the same thing over and over and over, and in this whole like, I'm not happy because, or oh, you know, your life is great because you don't, you know, have debt. Well, first of all, I had $30,000 of debt, so I know what you feel like. Or oh, you know, you're happy because you're in a perfect marriage. Well, guess what? My marriage about 5 years ago was about to be, we were about to get a divorce, so I know what that feels like. Or oh, you know, you're doing good financially, or no, I already said financially because I was in crazy debt. What's another one? Somebody told me recently. I don't know, whatever the case is. At this point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This isn't a competition, right? And at the end of the day, stop comparing. Don't compare yourself. But know that, and have that gut check and that realization with yourself. Like, have that hard talk with yourself and say like, okay, so what? Maybe my cards were dealt worse than the other person's, but is that a reason for me to lay on the floor and crumble and just like do nothing with my life? No. So everybody's dealt different cards. Everybody's dealt different, you know, sure, some people are dealt worse cards than others. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. So figure it out, all right? And the only person that can figure it out is yourself. It's not anybody else's job to do it for you. Figure it out, get out of there, get out of your comfort zone, okay? Because if you're in your comfort zone and you're not happy, guess what? Get out. You're gonna have to get out because you staying in your comfort zone is obviously not gonna change the situation you're in. So get out and do something, and that's all I've got. All right, I'm done. I promise. I'm gonna go work out, and I know I'm like speaking like 100 miles an hour. That's because I drink Energize, and that's what Energize does to you. It makes me work out, because if I don't drink it, then I'm like a sloth. But anyways, all right guys, take care. God bless, bye.